All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with yours truly.
Glad to be back.
Today, we're going to be talking about aliens.
Of course.
But we're not just talking about your run-of-the-mill, UFO sightings.
Right.
We're going all the way to the top folks. We're talking about the U.S. government.
Oh, boy.
Alleged collaboration with extraterrestrials. And we're getting all of our information today from
Where else?
an episode of Ancient Aliens.
All right.
So things are going to get a little crazy.
You can say that again.
So we're talking about a potential UFO crash, secret government facilities, and even an alien that they call Joe Rod.
Joe Rod.
Joe Rod, who allegedly worked with scientists at Area 51.
Okay, so where do we even begin with all of this?
Well, the Ancient Aliens episode starts with an alleged incident that happened in Nevada in 1953.
Okay.
And this was right near a nuclear test site.
Nuclear test site in Nevada in 1953?
Yep. Some witnesses claim to have seen a disc-shaped object flying through the sky.
Classic.
That's like straight out of a movie. So what are your thoughts on this, given the time period and everything?
Well, I think it's important to remember the context here, right?
Yeah.
This is the Cold War.
Right.
Tensions were high. I mean, the threat of nuclear war was very real. People were on edge. I mean, look, there was a lot of secrecy surrounding military activities.
Right.
So it's very possible that, some people could misinterpret things or maybe even fabricate stories.
Yeah.
So while this Nevada sighting is, definitely interesting, it's not exactly proof of aliens.
I hear you. But it gets even weirder.
Oh.
Just 2 days after the Nevada sighting, we have another incident this time in Kingman, Arizona.
All right.
Now, this one involves an alleged UFO crash.
A crash?
Uh-huh. The Ancient Aliens episode claims that a whole team of engineers was sent to investigate.
Okay.
And they even give details about the crashed craft.
Really?
And its occupants.
So what did they say?
Well, we'll get to that.
All right.
But first, I want to get your take on this whole UFO crash thing.
Well, crash landings are kind of a staple of UFO lore.
Yeah, yes.
But the evidence is almost always lacking.
That's true.
You got to think, if the government actually recovered a crashed alien spacecraft, don't you think they'd keep it quiet?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, really quiet.
Yeah. So maybe these accounts are just,
embellished a little bit over time.
Sure.
Maybe people were influenced by, popular culture.
Right.
Or even those Cold War anxieties we were talking about.
Yeah, I can see that.
It makes sense, right?
It does. But let's move on to a place that's like the holy grail of alien conspiracies.
I mean,
Area 51.
Area 51, of course.
This top secret military base in Nevada.
Yeah.
I mean, for decades, people have been talking about alien technology being stored there.
Right.
Maybe even aliens themselves.
So what do you think is really going on there?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, obviously the secrecy surrounding Area 51
just
fuels all kinds of speculation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's natural to connect it with alien activity when so little about what's happening there.
I get that, but we can't just jump to aliens, right?
Right.
Just because it's classified doesn't mean it's aliens.
Yeah.
It's more likely they're developing, advanced aircraft or weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff that would seem pretty alien to, the average person back then.
That's a good point.
Right.
Okay, so then we get to this whole J-Rod thing.
And this is
where things get really wild.
Okay, I'm listening.
So according to Ancient Aliens, Joe Rod was an alien being who was recovered from that crash in Kingman.
The one we talked about.
Yeah, and they say he was taken to Area 51.
Of course.
And get this, there are people who claim they interacted with Joe Rod.
Really?
Like actually met him.
Wow.
One guy named Captain Bill Uous.
Okay.
And another guy named Dan Beish.
All right.
They both say they saw Joe Rod working on government projects.
What kind of projects?
They don't really say. But what do you make of these whistleblowers?
Well, you have to be careful with whistleblowers.
Right.
Especially in this field. I mean, they could be telling the truth, but they could also be looking for fame or money.
I guess.
Or maybe they just want to believe it so badly that they convince themselves it's true.
So are you saying they're lying?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying we have to be critical.
Right.
Look at the Joe Rod stories. They're often inconsistent.
Yeah.
And there's no real evidence.
Okay.
Just got to use your head,
All right, so we've got these UFO sightings, Area 51, and this whole Joe Rod story.
Right.
What's the takeaway here?
Well, I think it all comes back to the unknown.
Okay.
Humans have always been fascinated by the possibility of alien life. And these stories, they tap into that fascination.
For sure.
We may never know for sure if any of this is true.
Right.
But the fact that we're still searching for answers, I think that's pretty amazing.
I agree. So keep an open mind, everybody. Question everything and never lose your sense of wonder.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time
See ya.
for another deep dive into the unknown.